Good day. Or not. You see the happy look on my face? Guess what I got to work on? So my daughter calls me yesterday. She says, I'm getting this sign on the dashboard. It looks like a wrench. And then the car won't go anywhere. And I said, oh, okay, I know what that is. It is the computer losing contact with the speed sensor. And what that does is it throws it into limp mode. And then it gets stuck in like third gear. They put it in third gear and they lock it in there, and you can only go like 35 miles an hour or something like that. So I told her, just pull it off to the side of the road, you turn the key off and wait 30 seconds, put the, you turn the car back on and it clears it out. She did that. Okay, yeah. So she keeps driving. She calls 15 minutes later, did it again. And said, okay, well, you're just gonna have to keep doing that. You're gonna have to bring me the truck again so I can get it fixed. I know what it is. What it is, it's the, there's a thing called it's basically what they call a TCM, but it's not. It's a flat panel. It's a connection panel that goes inside there. It has a speed sensor, temperature gauge, gear selector inside of it. It's this plastic thing. You bolt it in and you go on your way. But it's a good 2.5, 3 hour job. It's raining now. I don't want to get out there and do it in the rain, but also, this will be the third one that I've put in 3 months. Third one in 3 months. They're all failing. Why are they failing? You know why? Because they come from China. I'm tired of failing parts. Cheap parts, failing parts. In 3 months, we're barely getting 2,000 or 3,000 miles out of these things. And I'm getting fed up. You know, the parts are cheap, but my time isn't. Who's going to take that out and put it in and put another one in? And you know, they're $100 for them from the ones from China. 120. They're all the same. You know, they're all junk anyway. The one from Ford is $400. I couldn't get it last night, so I had to order another one of the Chinese ones so I can get it in today and get underneath of there and get this car down the road to Pullman. So hopefully this one will last, you know, 2 or 3 months, maybe, hopefully. Couple 2,000 or 3,000 miles. Maybe I can get that out of this one. You guys want to see what it looks like? That's that's more fluid. Yeah, here, let me set you up right here. Oh, I don't have my knife. Where's my knife? Yeah, there's usually a razor blade laying around here somewhere. So, here's another one. This is what it is. This will be the third one that I've had to put in this car. Come on now. So you got your speed sensor. You got a, there's a thermostat in here somewhere. I think this is it right here. This might be a thermostat. This is for your car's wiring harness to plug into. This is a seal for that goes in there and locks in. And then here's another seal, which I probably don't need because I just put that one in, brand new. This is a lock that locks this thing into place. Once you put it through the housing in here, then you lock it in. I'm tired of replacing these things. Tired of it. This isn't a Ford or Dodge or a Chevy issue or a 6R80 issue. This is a cheap plastic crap issue that's not lasting. I'm not getting 2,000 or 3,000 miles out of these things. This is the third one. And it's not fun getting underneath of there and having to pull the whole valve body out to put this in. Man, can a guy catch a break? So I have to put this in because my daughter needs the vehicle. We have to drive tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. We have to head over. It's a 5-hour drive. If you stop, You know, it's a 5.5 hour drive if you eat lunch, then it's a 6 hour drive over to Pullman from here. I'm tired of these things breaking and wow. Third Chinese one. And I am gonna order the Ford one. It's $400. But I just can't get it tonight, and we need to get the truck. So hopefully this thing will last until November when she drives it back, and you know, for Thanksgiving, and then I'll have that part, and then I'll do this whole procedure all over again. My heart is just going boom, 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 boom. You know why? Because I'm angry. Anyway, let's get on it. I'll show you how to do these. The worst part about it is just having to deal with the transmission fluid. It's getting the transmission fluid out that sucks, and then also getting it back in. So, at least these Chinese catalytic converters are working out so far. Anyway, so we got to get these bolts off. We got to lower this end over here of the pan so that we're going to leave this one in and that one in over there, and once we loosen those, the pan will start to drip down like this and start letting the fluid out into my container here. And then once all of that has drained out, luckily she dropped this off last night, so it's not hot. Trying to work with a hot transmission fluid in a hot tranny is, oh, that sounded funny. Dealing with a hot transmission is not good. Anyway, so let's get these bolts off of here, get the transmission fluid out, and we'll drop the pan. I'll show you which bolts to pull the stupid valve body out. We'll drop the valve body, all that good stuff. Let's see if I can get you into a dry spot here, because it is doing the Washington rain thing. You gonna be able to see what's going on there, or do I need lights? Okay. Oh, what are these? Oh boy, yeah, those are 8mm. Okay. All right, let me go get an 8mm, and I'll be right back. Oh man. All right. Gotta move this out of the way. Normally I jack the truck up to get the front up higher to get this fluid out here as good as possible. All right, I need a wrench to get these because the pipe's in the way. I said wrench. What I meant was nurse ratchet. Huh? Alright, who put these on here so tight? Oh, that would be me. There it goes. I really don't understand why they don't just put a drain plug right there. I mean, they put drain plugs on oil pans. This is an oil pan. Put that one in just in case. Sometimes if you can't see very well like me, you'll accidentally pull that all the way out and then it drops down, and if you don't have one of those in there, it'll drop down all the way and get fluid everywhere. And that's what I was talking about, right there. So it's a good thing I had that one in because it caught it. All right, fine. Now there's still going to be some in there, so we got to be really careful. Push it up with one hand. Get that last bolt out. And the problem is the exhaust pipe's in the way. So I have to push this way, and then let the rest of the stuff drain out on this end. Okay, here we are. Pan off, oil filter. Well, I'm gonna let that drip. I'll turn this thing back on, show you which bolts to pull out. A few minutes. Okay, we're back. All right, to take the valve body out, there's two sizes of Torx key or Torx bits. There's a 27, which is the one that we're going to use to pull this out, and there's a 25. So all the ones that are used to put the valve body together and hold it together, they're the 25s. You don't want to take those apart because then your valve body comes apart, and you don't want that. You just want it to come out as one unit. So you use the larger ones, and you can tell which ones are the larger ones by the size of the Torx bit inside, like that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. You get the gist. You can't really see it as well as I can, but those are the bigger ones. All right, so now we have to come back here and show you something. Oh man, I wish I had some light. All right, I gotta go get some light. I'll be. Shine some light on the situation. Okay, that's a good light too. Okay, light on the situation. You see that, where that plugs in back there? See that little arm? You just twist that little, push that little arm upwards, and that unlocks the wiring harness. And once we get that wiring harness unlocked, then I come, I don't know if you can see it, you see that white on the bottom side of the panel? That's the lock. You pull that down and it'll unlock the, well basically it's to keep the fluid out. It's basically a washer. It's just a big rubber O-ring washer gizmo deal thing, a jobber. Anyway, yeah. Let me put the light here, put my arm up there and just push that up. And it's real easy because it's been off several times. There really shouldn't be any transmission fluid on that unless it's leaking, which it looks like it might be. All brand new stuff and it's leaking. And then let's come over here. And this thingy right here, you push in the little button that's on this side. And come on, you pull it down. There you go. And that unlocks the rubber gizmo here. I don't know if you can see it. But, really hard for me to get my hand up in there and hold this at the same time. Come on. And you got to pull that out before you lower the valve body, because otherwise it won't come out. So anyway, I'm going to get a pair of long needle nose to pull that out, and I'll be right back. All right. So we got this little guy pulled out from that hole back there. From that hole in the transmission, where all the power comes in and out, tells this thing what to do, all that good stuff. So let's get you set up, and I'll pull off the Torx bolts up yonder. Up yonder. Way up yonder. 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27. Wait a second. So 27s are the small ones. 30 is the one for these. Okay, let me grab a 30. I don't want to do the wrong ones. Wrong. Okay. I see. All right, so there's these ones. And I know that that's one. And I think that's one. Yep. Out you go. Is this one? Nope. Man, I just don't have the eyesight that I used to have. That's good. That's good. Okay, we already got that one. And got that one. Is that one? Nope. So, let's just start pulling these out while the transmission fluid keeps dripping down my arm. Okay, there it goes. That's why you gotta have big rags, towels, anything, because this thing will not stop puking fluid. So maybe it's just this one left. Come on, up you go, out you go. Why are you not spinning? There it is. Down you go. Okay, so it's forever dripping, and there's the valve body right there. trying to get out of this truck without getting wet. Valve body. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's got to go back in, and we don't need it on the bench, so I'll put it right there. The thing about these things is, when you go to put them in, you put the thickest transmission goo that you can get your hands on, or some thick grease or something, so you can put that up in the hole so it doesn't fall out by the time you try to stab that valve body back in. If the transmission's warm, forget it. The grease, the trans goo, nothing is going to hold. You just put that on there, and then it's so warm that it falls right back out. You're going to have somebody hold that while you put the valve body back in. Just a little tip. All right, here we are, back on the bench. Already got my puppy pad down for this leaky puppy. So what I've done to this already is replaced all of these because it had a really harsh shift. And so once I replaced these, the weird harsh shift got worse. And then it spread to all the gears. But it turns out that Ford has a computer that learns how to shift as it goes. It really doesn't have a BIOS to go to a base. At least not that it felt, because once I fixed all these to get that harsh first, second gear shift fixed, and I don't know which one of those was a first, second, or a third, fourth up, or none of all of these are specific to what they are, and they're color coded. As long as you put the right color in the right spot, I think you're all right. Anyway, I put all those in. Wasn't running right, but the more I drove it, the better it got. Now it shifts perfectly. The harsh shifts are all gone. It shifts perfectly. Now what we're having is a problem. I don't know if this is the thermostat, or if this is the thermostat, or if this is the what do you call that? The speed sensor. But the issue that we're having is the speed sensor. It's very typical for these. What they were attributing it is that when this is in, the little tabs that are on these solenoids, they get plugged up with the clutch stuff, and then they start acting funny. That can't be the case in this case, because this is new fluid, looks good. This will be number 3 that I'm replacing, Chinese part in this within 4,000 miles, a couple months. The last one I put in was in June. So great. New, old. So I'm going to pull that one out and put the new ones in. So those are going to be, maybe those were the 27s. So yeah, let me set you down over here. Oh, quick peek. Got the new gear for the gas. Gas. These two over here. Okay, and then we've got one here. You just look on the other side, and you'll find where these all come out at. Take it from a not so professional, not so good mechanic. Yeah, when these things go out, they disconnect the computer from the computer loses track of the speed sensor. And when it does that, it thinks that you've stopped at a stoplight, or, you know, you've put it in park or whatever. So it wants to shift it down into first gear. And it'll do it no matter how fast you were going. It did it to me when I was going 60 miles an hour down the freeway. And it's not fun. And that's nothing I want my daughter to have to experience. Because it'll lift that truck off the ground if you're going fast enough, and just slam, bam! It'll rip your transfer case off the end of your, you know. Anyway, it's not good. When it shifts down when you're going fast into first gear, and then it automatically shifts back up, but it hits really hard. It's like, I don't know, throw your car into first when you're going 65 down the road, and feel it and see what happens. This should just pop right up now. Here it comes. Yeah, buddy. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. I don't have my head gear on right now. Hopefully you guys are catching some of this. This is lifting off. This is lifting off. It's got these locating pins, makes it easy. I don't see anything wrong with this, you know, physically. When you go to put it back in, this is your gear position sensor, so you need to make sure that it's lined up when you go to slide this thing back in. Otherwise, you're going to get a no start situation, and you're going to have to pull this all the way back out, and it makes it really difficult to put in. Also, this shifter little guy right here, gizmo, goes right into there, right? So that's got to be correct. There's another one inside the we're actually inside the truck, that are on the truck, the shift thing. The shift thing, isn't that professional? Anyway, got to line those up so you can put this thing in. Just can't believe this failed. I put it in probably in the middle of June, maybe the beginning of June. Don't know. But it's garbage now. Going into the basura. That's some crappy machining. Look at this. That's like cupped and dished. It's not really flat. This one's only got half. So I don't know, maybe that was an accident. But yeah, it looks like it used to be one of those. Anyway. Ford. Because Ford. Nuevo. Come on. There you go. Let's get that out. Put that in the right spot. Here we are. So when you go to put it in, there's another rod that goes in that you got to get this lined up so that when it shifts, it knows that it's in park, knows what gear you're in. All right, that's as easy as it is to install. The hard part is all this other stuff you got to do. Okay, I'm gonna go to get everything ready underneath of the truck to put that back in, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're putting her back in. So I got assembly goo, heavy tack. And that's gonna go on this little guy right here. And that'll go up in there. Push that in there to help it stay. And you got a few seconds before that wants to fall back out. Get this into position. All right. Now, oopsie daisy. Now we gotta make sure that this is in the right spot as well. That's gotta go up there. Okay, here's our thing. Oh, not in the right spot. There it is. Now she's in the right spot. Okay, I'm gonna hold that with this arm. And get one of these into place. Alright. Now another one for this other side. Make sure that that doesn't move. Where is it? That's the one. Which one is it? There it is. All right, that's all in place. And hopefully that little piston stayed in there. I think it did. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that I put these 3 shorty ones in. They go right back here. Well, that one's not going in very well. And this one. Doesn't want to start either. Okay, let's loosen that back one up. loosen this one up then too. Where is it? That one? Okay. There we are. Alright. The other thing I need is a longer extension. There it is. You don't ever want to force these bolts in, not into aluminum. There we go. Nice. All right, one more. Where is it at? One more shorty. Where'd it go? Did I drop it by my head and I can't see it? Oh, it's over there. Okay. And you probably shouldn't have any bolts left over either. That wouldn't be good. So now just go around and make sure that you got them all. And sometimes it's hard to distinguish the 30s from the 27s. Shit, there's one. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put that piece back in. Oh, it's not unlocked yet. Make sure that it's pulled down all the way. Alright, now there it goes. Now it's in. Make sure that it's pushed in all the way before you lock it, because it'll give you a no start if that's not pushed in all the way. Let's see if this thing will lock in there. She's locked in all the way. Okay. Filter and pan. I'll be back with the filter and the pan. Now, they say that this, freaking great. See, the things just never stop leaking. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, they say this thing's supposed to just push up in there and click and hold itself, but no, it won't do that. Ever, 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 ever will it do that. Okay. Stop dripping, man. Okay, lock is locked. Pan is going in. Oh, where's the filter? Where's the pan gasket? Not here. Not with us. I'll go get it. Thank goodness for reusable gaskets. Right? That's right. Okay. If I can just get it to sit on there and stay on there. Not knock it off with my big clumsy mitts. Okay. Alrighty. Goes like that. Goes in. It doesn't hold itself. Get away, get away, get away. So now what we have to do is lift this up, get it past here and up into this spot, and then pull your hand out before it can fall down. And get one of these started, really, almost anywhere. Okay. I should just go professional and focus just on these Ford flat panels, or whatever they're called. Connector, flat connector. Constantly going out on you. Okay, Ford in their infinite wisdom put the underneath of this cap right here, and some light over here, underneath of this cap, take a 3/4 wrench, loosen that up, and your filler stick, dipstick is right underneath of this. It's only about that long. And you have to fill it through that hole too, and they don't give you a tube that goes up there to fill it, so you got to get your own hose and get it down in here once you've taken that off and pulled your dipstick out to fill your transmission. I'm going to shut this thing off right now, get all of this tightened up, and get the transmission fluid put back in this and take it for a test drive. So we'll turn this on once we get all that done. That's better. Anyway, here we are, back with the panel here, connector panel. But if you can see, let me grab something to point with. Right there. You see how it looks like it's been rubbing on something? So this was probably made ever so slightly tall, and it was rubbing the output shaft sensor, the other side, the toning wheel for this. You can see that it's been rubbing on something, and it probably just distorted that or whatever anyway, or that's what was making it not connect to the computer, and the computer throwing the thing into limp mode. And so I just drove it. It drives fine for now. You know, this is another Chinese part I had to put in there because I couldn't get a real Ford one in time to get this thing put together and out to Pullman. Anyway, if you like to watch me suffer with all my broken junk, like and subscribe. Okay, this one's recorded on my phone because I forgot to bring the GoPro with me. But we have a speedometer and we have traffic now. It's 9 o'clock, go home! Anyway, after this guy takes a left here, off. So, should be good for a while. I'll show you what happened to the speed sensor on the other unit here when I get home. Just a minute. But we have all the gears. We have everything. No noises. It shifts fine. We're good to go.